Alex, my guy. What's up, my man?
Hello, Jean. Nice to be here again.
Nice to have you here, man. We've been on many places for now, but now it's on my podcast, my own thing.
Definitely, I'm so
Uh,
happy. I'm so happy to be on your podcast.
I'm happy too, man. I'm happy too. So, Alex Stifler, you founded How About Beirut. Everyone knows that. One of the funniest prank channels to ever come up on in the MENA region. And if I'm not mistaken, it has been broadcasted on international platforms or channels or pages. But we are all seeing what's behind you, the YouTube thing, the plate. What do you call it? Um,
Play button.
yeah, the YouTube play button. So, just to go into the middle of it, first of all, give us an introduction about who you are, where you were before, where you are now, and where you might be heading. And after that, let's just dig into YouTube.
Okay, so some of you know me as Alex. I'm Alex Stifler from How About Beirut. That was my first online venture, Higbal Lashid. I started making online prank videos on YouTube, where I would just go out on the street and mess with people and upload that and improve the quality until we reach international level. That's all in a nutshell. And after that, I got interested into marketing and digital marketing because I wanted to grow my How About Beirut brand. That was the main goal. And then as I was branching out and finding more information and figuring out things, I figured that I can start multiple online businesses as well, other than How About Beirut, and have important skills that will serve me in the next 10 years in this economy, that it's ever growing economy, the fourth industrial revolution and everything. So I was pretty sure that that is going to be the future, and apparently that's what's happening now,
Yep.
as everything is flipping from normal labor and 9 to 5 to automation and all this exciting stuff that's happening. So now I'm a partner in multiple digital based companies, multiple startups. I created other YouTube successful channels as well as case studies. I work with authors, influencers. I help them monetize their following, how to make money online as well, by helping them sell their courses, their books, their whatever the case. If you're an influencer with a following, talk to me. We're
Yeah.
probably gonna make money together. That's me in a nutshell. Now, as well, I'm very much into cryptocurrency. Been with it since 2014.
Yeah.
Investing heavily into it. It was so far so good.
Definitely, definitely.
And yeah, so all into the digital world from all aspects: marketing, digital marketing, YouTube, and cryptocurrency. That's me in a
Yeah.
nutshell. Back to you.
Yeah, so this is actually amazing. So you have a huge portfolio, but you didn't start this way, right? So when you first began, you maybe you did not know that after YouTube you were gonna be in all these ventures, or
Definitely.
yeah, and we know it's very common knowledge that YouTube is one of the slowest thing to actually get real traction on or actually start monetizing it, because there are certain standards you need to reach, whether it's 1,000 subscriber or 4,000 watch hours, and even after that it's not just easy money. So because I'm not there yet, but from what I think, that even if I get there, this is where the real work starts. So in order to let the page remain sustainable and so on. So if you want to speak about YouTube at first, then move on to the marketing side of things, or the monetizing your audience. YouTube itself, if you don't have a strong online presence anywhere else, how can you grow from YouTube, from within YouTube? How can you make it work?
Okay. Okay, so YouTube is definitely a long-term game, and it is massively underestimated at this point. Because the more the creators are afraid of YouTube, it's better for us. It's so much better for us
So you
because
think
the
we're still in
barrier,
the early stage on YouTube?
definitely, definitely. We're like,
This is huge. This is
it's like
great news,
TV. It's
actually.
like TV. It's like TV in the 70s.
Damn. Yeah.
So I think we're still in the beginning. Maybe for some it's saturated because they just don't know how to make content. Honestly,
Yeah.
they don't understand the basic algorithm of YouTube, and that's why they're finding it hard to grow on YouTube, because you need to meet certain standards, like you said, Sean.
Yeah.
But once you get the hang of it, it's gonna become relatively easy to grow, and it's gonna be the only platform that you're gonna be like you can rely on sustainable income, or sometimes passive income, depending on the
Yeah.
content you're producing. It's long term, it's predictable, and they don't fuck you up like Facebook with random updates. At least they
Yeah.
put you
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
ahead of time. So for me, YouTube is my favorite platform, because I view it as digital real estate.
Yeah.
Because every video on there is like a piece of furniture or a piece of electronic, whatever, and you're building this real estate store. Let's say you have a store. It's just like an e-commerce store. You have you have the channel as the store. The videos are your products, and the people who are coming and watching your videos are your customers.
Yeah.
And the way you monetize them is through in-stream ads as the first line of monetization, and then you go other ways of monetization that we will cover. I hope or I guess in
Yeah.
this call. But yeah, it's massively underestimated. Uh, YouTube works in a very simple way. All they
Yeah.
want, their goal is to keep you on the platform as long as possible. So if your videos are able to do that, then they will pay you more money. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, look, there's a little, it's not a controversy, but more like a very complex situation where some people say that on YouTube, you need quantity, you need to be consistent and post a lot. But at the same time, they say you need to focus on the quality and make the video perfect. And on the other hand, uh, focus on the content, don't give a fuck about quality, no, don't need fancy equipment, you start with whatever you have. And I think you went through that. You started with a phone, I think, filming pranks. Uh, so the thing is, is one of these three options the right one, or there should be a balance between the three, or maybe prioritize them?
I think personally, I would find a sweet balance between the all of them, because consistency is important, I would say, but it's not as important as the quality of the video itself. How long can you keep the person engaged with your video? How much can you keep them on the platform? That kind of stuff. So if you look at my channel, How About Beirut, everybody was telling me, all the YouTube experts that came on my channel, and we had close partnerships with them. They're like, you have to work in consistency and blah 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 blah. Your channel is never gonna grow. I'm like, cool. I'll do the complete opposite. I just
Yeah.
focus on quality and produce videos that people want to watch, and YouTube algorithm will recommend my videos because it's good quality. So I would recommend working on your quality and producing, let's say, instead of doing daily videos or weekly videos, give a really well worked video, like that I actually worked on hard, and you can see it in the
Yeah.
production.
Yeah, definitely.
uh, and make it engaging, and people will love your brand for that, rather than creating mediocre content and
Yeah.
being consistent. So I think that's my 2 cents on the
Yeah,
matter.
yeah,
you
and,
know
and and one small piece of advice for making content, creating content. So for me, for example, I do podcast, right? So I'm making with you a podcast now, but I filmed one yesterday, and I have content ready for a week ahead, for example. Do you think it is better that whenever I have a content, just upload it, or that I set a time schedule that every Monday at 10 a.m. I upload one, every Friday, for example? So is it related to the niche or to the industry I'm in, or it's just YouTube?
No, so basically, okay, it does help a bit with the algorithm, because the algorithm see you as consistent, so they see you as reliable. So you're not just like any content creator who just comes uploads every couple of months, and
Yeah,
they don't know, like, okay, is this guy gonna upload, or are they done, or like, so the algorithm is confused. Like, should I recommend the
yeah,
content?
yeah,
Is there gonna be continuity, right? That's on the side of the algorithm, and on the other side, it's on the side of the people who are watching, the subscribers, where if they know that you're uploading every Monday at 10 a.m., they will be there to show up. That those hardcore fans.
yeah,
So one of the most important metrics on YouTube as well is the view velocity. That the amount of views that you get in the first 24 hours of the video,
Yeah.
that can set you or break you. So once you have that schedule and people, they know at this time they're going to watch you, that people will help grow your view velocity.
Yeah.
And that way it kind of feeds back into the algorithm. So it does help in the algorithm. However, only if you can do that, but do not sacrifice the quality for it.
Yeah, definitely agree. So man, going forward a bit, heading into monetization. So
Yep,
I talked about the standards, which, correct me if I'm wrong, which are 1,000 subscriber and 4,000 public watch hours. So
100%.
yeah, so when you reach this point and you get the email that tell you, okay, you can now monetize, do you restart from zero? Is all the content that you created to reach that point non-monetized, or
Uh,
just continue with it?
okay, so basically you continue with it. So all before you get monetized, obviously you're not gonna get paid
Yeah,
for before you activate monetization. However, once you activate monetization and you should be having that traffic coming in and watching you, you will start getting paid right away, and and the money will start, adding up in your AdSense account. Or if you decide to go work with an MCN, they will pay you, and then yeah, you just confirm your address. AdSense will send you a physical copy of a PIN number just to confirm your address, and then you do that. You connect your Lebanese bank account, make sure it's fresh, and then that's it. And then you start receiving money to your bank account directly, and
yeah,
you will blow the banker's mind.
yeah. How do you get paid? How do you do it? So, for example, you post a video, it's monetized. You make money into your AdSense account. Where does it go, and how much do you get paid, and per what?
Okay, so in my case, I work with a MCN in the UK, so the
Yeah,
money goes directly to them, and then we have a deal in place where I get the majority of the percentage, and I pay them a very small piece of it for the copywriting protection on YouTube.
yeah.
So the money goes directly. I just give them my bank account, and it just goes directly into my
What's an
bank account.
MCM?
MCN is a multiple channel network.
Yeah,
It's companies that manage many channels at once, and they have a reputable network.
yeah.
They help creators collaborate. They get you brand deals. They
It's
help
it's
you
like a record
monetize.
label for artists, like, right?
100%, hundred
Yeah, yeah,
percent.
yeah,
You don't need one per se, but it does help
yeah.
as
It's an
to
option.
protect. Yeah, it,
Yeah,
it, it helps you protect your content. It helps you get better quality ads. Uh, that's like the two main reasons. The other things are secondary.
yeah,
Every MCN offers different services.
yeah,
So the amount of money that you get paid is also very heavily dependent on where the viewers are coming from. So different CPMs in different countries. CPM is cost per mile. That's like how much you get paid per 1,000 views. So depending where the views are coming from, obviously US, Australia, UK, Canada, all these big countries, they have the biggest CPMs. So you should
yeah.
strive to get your content in front of those kind of people. However, uh, uh, other people also cool. Indians, low CPM, but a lot of views. A
Yeah,
lot of views,
yeah.
a lot of views.
It
So
balances the whole thing.
exactly. So
Yeah,
I would say in the entertainment niche, per a million views, you would get like 1,000, 2,000, sometimes up to three thousand
yeah.
dollars
And every how much you get paid?
every 15th of the month. Every 15th of the month. This is when I think Google does their accounting,
Yeah, yeah,
and you get paid like 2 months before. So if we're in February, I'm getting paid for December, and
yeah.
so on.
And one more thing: do old videos still pay you always, or
Of course, of course, of course. So as long as the video is evergreen, that means it's not related to any trend, or it's not related to a specific event. It's not tied up to anything. If the video is watchable and YouTube see that people are watching it till like watching most of it, they're clicking on it. It will start recommending that video on your behalf
yeah?
for free to keep people on the platform, basically. So those videos will always bring you residual income.
Even
It's like having
if you have a fixed 1 million view, which and no one sees it, it has 1 million view, And you get paid for it each 15th of the month.
No, as long as the video is getting views, you're getting paid.
It
So as
has to
long,
be consistently viewed.
yes,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
yeah,
So as long as it's getting views, so if the video is good and it has a good watch time and it has a good click-through rate where people see the thumbnail and they click it, YouTube is going to keep recommending that video to many people. So basically, they're spending their ad budget on the organic reach
yeah,
to give you free exposure.
yeah,
And so it becomes like a real estate business. You know that you are getting that around that much paid per month every month, and the more videos you make, the more these videos compound together and they make you all money together more
yeah,
and more.
yeah. This is super cool, actually. And let's, if we go on to the mental, emotional side of things in YouTube, right? So it's a tough process. It's no easy money. It requires a lot of time, and you're not gonna get 1,000 subscribers in a day or in one
Definitely.
video. So how can you have this emotional intelligence or this mental toughness to go on, because you're not gonna, it's not always an up cycle in YouTube. So it's not like the first video you put is the least viewed video, and the second one and the third one, it's all going upwards. You could have the first video have 1,000 views because you hyped it up a lot, and a second video same thing, but the third one will get 100 views. How here this is where people either quit or continue. So it's like
Yeah.
they see their views going up. They have one bad video and think, okay, this is it. I'm not made for YouTube. How can you get past this? And how can you stay consistent regardless of having bad views, not necessarily bad videos?
I agree with you. So, I mean, I'm still at the same stage. You know,
Yeah,
YouTube algorithm picks and chooses the videos that they like, looking at many factors. So, if one video flops, it's not the end of the world. You can still make more videos. You can learn
yeah,
from it, and you make more. You can make improved versions and try different things. So, even me at my channel, how about Beirut, the one,
yeah,
the famous one, we have 1.6 million subscribers right now, and sometimes you post a video and it flops.
yeah,
Instead of getting millions of views, we get a couple of 100,000. Okay, that's for us. Okay, that's bad. So we're not gonna make more of that. YouTube algorithm doesn't want that.
yeah.
So we learn, we create more different type of content, and we just improve along the way. You know,
Can it be a
uh,
problem
it,
other than the content?
it could be that the people are not clicking through enough. So maybe your thumbnail is off, or maybe
Yeah,
your title is not inviting enough.
yeah,
So maybe that could be a major issue as well, because those are the two main things on YouTube that they look for. It's very normal because everyone goes through this pain period that
yeah,
we call this
definitely.
in the industry the pain period.
Yeah,
You have to grind through it, believing that eventually it's gonna work out, and it will work out eventually. If you keep at it and you keep at it and you keep at it, eventually you're gonna get rewarded.
yeah, definitely, definitely, man. And I know that How About Beirut has an Instagram page and Facebook page, right? So how can you keep everyone in the loop and channel everyone, for example, whenever you upload a video or you want to remember something or you want to get a clip out there, how can you maintain these? I'm not sure if you're just on these three platforms, so Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, but how do you maintain everything, and how can you differentiate in the content that should be on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube? So we know on YouTube
Okay,
there's the whole video, the whole thing.
right,
What do
right.
you take for YouTube, for Facebook, and what do you take for Instagram, and how does that help you?
Okay, so it depends. It depends on the content that you're creating. So it's worth knowing that every platform has their own language. So every platform has a different form of content that works better there. So
Yeah,
for YouTube, obviously the long content, the better. So 8 minutes, five plus, 8 minutes plus, even up to 20 minutes, people will watch you because people are there to watch. Because if I order food or if I'm doing something,
yeah,
I'm going on YouTube,
yeah,
right? It's long enough video to finish my meal. That's what I do,
yeah,
and I get a lot of information out of it. So
definitely.
people are there to stay. Facebook and Instagram, on the other hand, people are just scrolling through. So it's much easier for them to skip your video or not to watch all of your video because they have that luxury of just whoop and scroll.
Yeah,
YouTube, it's not that easy. You have to go and scroll down, go to the other side and check.
yeah,
It's not as easy. So people on Facebook and Instagram would prefer much less content, as in shorter version of content. So Facebook, I would go like 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Instagram, minute is great. If you want to go to IGTV, 3 minutes is great
Yeah.
as well. So in our case, pranks, we just put them as they are from on Facebook and YouTube. Sometimes we shorter versions. We put them on Facebook because we look at the data, right? Always look at the data, and the data will tell you where people are dropping off or where people are more interested, and make sure to include more of that in the next upload. And yeah, pretty much. So we try to understand how every platform works, what type of length of content, type of content, and
Yeah.
try to meet that. No.
Yeah. So, man, I want to ask you something relatable to my content. So, I'm making podcast. Uh, how can I make it work, or just sustain it, or just get to a point where I can monetize it? So, what should I do, or how should I take things?
Okay, so basically, you what you do is at the first stage, I think you should deliver as much value as possible through those kind of interviews,
Yeah.
right? You should stick to one niche. I think you already chosen your niche, which is the business niche. You want to make
Yeah.
some interviews, maybe in the digital online world, stuff like that with people. So the more people you get, the more credible your podcast becomes. The more even more powerful people you can get, because they look at the previous guests and like,
The
okay, this is
social
the real
proof.
deal, the social
Yeah.
proof,
Yeah.
and it's a win-win for you, for them. So podcast is a great thing to do, and I'm actually really impressed and happy that you're actually going for one.
Thank you, man.
Um, so to once it becomes credible, uh, people on their own, brands will start approaching you on their own. They're like, okay, can we please put this product inside of your podcast? You can have a Red Bull, for example,
Yeah. Yeah.
just sitting. I can put it on the shelf,
Yeah.
and that's making me money, right? You can in the middle of the podcast, you're like, hey guys, make sure you check, for example, their sponsor, MSI laptops. You should
Yeah.
get one with
Yeah.
this promo code, and that's how you monetize essentially. And yeah, I mean, sponsorships is a big heavy thing, I think, and affiliate for products on podcasts. And you can sell all kind of things,
Yeah.
from maybe paid exclusive podcasts. Maybe you can do some kind of course, some ebook. People love what you do, so they're gonna go for what you. Or you can, example, you can every 10 interviews you can send out the newsletter of the keynote summaries,
Yeah,
and you
this
can
is what
have
I,
people.
this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Maybe doing an ebook where I put the best advice that were on from each episode, for example, and put them into one ebook. So
Yes,
yeah,
that's also a very, very smart thing to do.
yeah,
You can either do it one ebook, where you sell it once,
yeah.
or you can make it an ongoing subscription where people pay per month, and it's a
You
sustainable
get
income
like a
that you get.
summary from each month's episodes, for example, or
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly, and yeah, they also get the updated version of the book, where they can print it out and
yeah,
highlight whatever they want. So the
yeah,
PDF is always updated, and the newsletter is always fresh, and
yeah.
that's how you incentivize people to keep paying you monthly.
This is actually amazing. I just thought of that while you were talking.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I think we were really focused in this podcast. I really want to get value out quickly. This is why we didn't talk stories and how did you do it, and what did you go through, because it's available
Straight to the fact.
on another podcast. They
Yes.
can find it. But one last thing, if you want to talk advice, right? So some people think it's too late for YouTube. Some people think that this is not a time. Maybe they prefer another side hustle that shows results much quicker. So how can we tell to people who are really regretting not going into YouTube, or thinking about it a lot while doing something else that they don't love, just because it brings them faster results? So what can you tell them? You're a living proof. You're a living proof that YouTube works, even in Lebanon.
Um, you just have to record. You just have to
Yeah,
record. You just have to press record and realize that you're one video away from changing your life.
yeah,
That's how it is for everybody. Everyone I ever worked with, they were one video away from changing their life.
yeah,
And you can do it if you have something to share on YouTube and you think it's valuable and people will listen to you. Go ahead and do it. You can, if you're an extrovert, of course, it's going to be much easier. You're going to be more comfortable with the camera. That's cool. But at the same time, you don't have to be on camera. You can also do an extrovert type of channel where you don't show your face. You can just do narration. You can use a voiceover. You can
Yeah.
you can use some stock footage. You don't have to. There's millions of channels out there
Yeah.
in living proof as that as well. So it works. Even if you don't want to use your voice, you can hire script writers. You can outsource voiceovers. You can outsource
Yeah.
video editors.
It
You
becomes
just manage the
as
whole
your
thing.
business. You just manage it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You're just the person that comes up with the idea. You
Yeah.
follow it through, and the product is ready. You just upload and you just manage
Yeah.
your YouTube channel. So that's
Exactly.
another business model that I will probably have a course on later this year. Very lucrative. I have multiple channels there as well, making me passive income. Very cool. So if you're thinking about it, do it because you're still in the early majority of the curve, and and it's a good thing that it's not easy because if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Everyone do
You,
it. Yeah.
you don't want that much competition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
being good on YouTube sets you, bro. It sets you because YouTube will provide you with the organic reach, and it will, in turn, it will build your personal brand and give you that organic exposure, build
Yeah.
your email lists, and branch into websites. People start on YouTube and they do amazing things afterwards.
Definitely. I totally agree with this. So that was it, man. Thank you so much for this highly, highly valuable podcast. I think people can start off their YouTube journey right from this video. So guys, I'm gonna put all of Alex's socials in the description. You can reach out to him. Maybe you can follow him on his socials, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case is. Thank you so much, Alex, for
Thank
giving me
you so,
this chance to have you
thank you
here.
so much. Man.
Thank
It
you,
was
man.
a pleasure.
Thank you,
It
man.
was a pleasure, guys. You
Yeah,
can follow me on all the socials. I'll be uploading. I'll be starting a new YouTube channel where I'll be teaching more about YouTube. So
yeah.
if you want to get more information on that
So
as we go,
this is exclusive from my podcast, I assume.
yes, this is
Yeah,
the first time. No,
yeah,
it's still in the works. So
yeah.
you'll be the first. You'll be the first to know about it. All right,
Amazing,
Jean.
man.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you,
I
man. Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you. Thank you.
All right,
Bye, man.
enjoy it, man. Bye.
Bye.